line to this function at x equals 1. So really quickly, let's talk about what a tangent line means. If I have some function and I want to know like what's the tangent line at that particular point. A tangent line is going to touch at that point and have the same slope. Okay, so a tangent line looks something like this, or like if it was right here, my tangent line would look something like this. So the steeper the curve at that point, then the slope will be really steep. Or if it's a negative slope at that curve, then it will have a negative slope. Because again, the slope of the line tangent is the same as the slope of the curve at that particular point. So we're going to estimate the line tangent. We can actually find the real point, and that's what we're going to start with. So I know we have x equals 1. Let's figure out what f of 1 is. Okay, so f of 1 is 1 cubed plus 2 times 1 plus 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So I know that the line tangent passes through the point 1 comma 4. So I'm going to start with my point slope form. Y minus 4 is equal to m times x minus 1. So you've got your x sub 1, you've got your y sub 1. Now all you need to find is your slope. So we're 2/3 of the way done. We've got an x, we've got a y, we need to find our slope. So those are going to be your 3 steps. Find your x, it's given to you. Find your y, plug in x, and then find your slope. Now we are going to have to estimate because we don't know what the actual slope of this function is at x equals 1. But we can estimate it by doing change in y over change in x. So what we're going to do is we are going to plug in 1, and we're going to plug in another point close to 1 so that we can find the slope between those 2 points. So for example, let's say I was trying to find the slope here. Okay, my line tangent is like this. I would not want to plug in 1 and like 3 because that is not going to be the same slope as my tangent line. So the closer I can get, the more I zoom in, the closer those 2 points are. I zoomed in too much. I broke my pen. It's not working. There we go. So let's say I use this point, and then I use a point really, really close. Then my tangent line is going to be closer to the actual value. So I want to use 2 points that are really, really, really close. I don't want to use 2 points that are far away because then my line tangent is going to be like totally not right. You want to get 2 points that are really, really close together. Like think about zooming in until your function looks like a line. Okay? So what we're going to do is use 2 points really close together. So this is what I want you to do. Use 2 points that are at least within 1 decimal place. So I'm going to go ahead and I will use 1.1 and 1. And we will figure out in chapter 3 how to do this exactly. We will be able to find the actual tangent line in chapter 3. But for now, we're just estimating, and then it's going to be change in y over change in x. So I'm just using the slope formula, but I'm using 2 points close together. I'm using 1.1 and I'm using 1. Okay, so f of 1.1, so that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and just use my calculator here, 1.1 cubed plus 2 times 1.1, so plus 2.2 plus 1. So we're going to have, I'm actually going to show this work just to make it really clear what I'm doing. 1.1 cubed plus 2 times 1.1 plus 1 minus f of 1, which we already figured out was 4, over 1.1 minus 1 is 0.1. So when I plug in 1.1 to the function, I get 4.531. I subtract 4, and I divide by 0.1, which is 0.531 over 0.1, which of course is 5.31. Now this is just an estimate for the line tangent. It's about 5.31. This is not a great estimate. A better estimate would be if I plugged in 1.001. That would be an even better estimate, because then I would be within 1,000th instead of just 1/10. But make sure you're at least 1 decimal place away. You should be, this would give me even a better accurate. In fact, the answer should be, when you get to chapter 3, you'll find out that the answer is actually 5. The slope is 5. But for now, we've got an estimate. It's about 5.3. That's fine. It's close-ish. Make sure you keep all your decimal places. So my line tangent is y minus 1 minus y minus 4 is equal to 5.31 times x minus 1. And again, this is just an estimate. This is not the exact answer. The exact answer you will find in chapter 3. So this is just kind of like an exploration. We're just getting there. It's just an estimate. So use 2 points that are really close together to estimate your slope. Okay? And that's what you're going to do.